Hey guys, my name is Barbara with BPI Sports and Clean Creations Healthy Meals Delivered, and we're preparing 5 weight loss recipes that will absolutely keep you loving clean eating every day of the week. This recipe is our quinoa shrimp fried rice. Now obviously we're not frying anything. This is a super clean version of your favorite Chinese dish, and here's the ingredients that you're gonna need. Sea salt, sesame oil, low sodium soy sauce, frozen carrots and peas, garlic powder, black pepper, 1 yellow onion that we'll dice, scallions. These were frozen shrimp that are deveined, peeled with the tails off. We're not wasting any time today, so we want the easiest shrimp possible. This is it right here. We have egg whites, oil spray, and then we also have quinoa on the stove right now cooking. Super easy to make. People get stressed out about quinoa because it's a hard word to pronounce. It seems like a very foreign thing, but it's just like rice. It's 2 parts water to 1 part quinoa. You bring it to a boil, you drop it down to a simmer and cover for 15 minutes. You can fluff it up with a fork and it's done. And anything that you would make with rice, you can use with quinoa, but it's actually even better for you because it's a complete protein unlike any other grain. So let's get this recipe started. We're gonna season our shrimp first. So coarse sea salt, black pepper, and garlic powder. And we'll just give those a quick toss so that all of our seasoning is incorporated on top of the shrimp. And while we're letting that soak in, we'll go ahead and dice up our scallions and our yellow onion. All right, so we have all of our onions diced, our scallions diced. Our quinoa is probably just about done, so let's go ahead and check on that. It's on the stove. All right, so our quinoa is completed. As you can see, it's nice and fluffy. Perfect, it's exactly the consistency that we want. And we're actually gonna keep this off to the side. All the ingredients in this dish are kind of cooked at a different temperature, so we're gonna kind of cook them gradually and then we'll add them into a big mixing bowl and then finish it all off. All right, so let's start sauteing down our onions. That'll be the first thing. All right, so starting with just a little bit of sesame oil. I'm using sesame oil to really amp up the Asian style flavor of this dish. You can definitely use regular oil or coconut oil. Just the sesame oil has that really rich flavor. Coat your pan thoroughly. All right, so we're gonna add in our onions. And the main thing that's important here is that you just want those onions translucent, just to where they start to turn clear. Black pepper, and our sea salt. Good, so this heat is just right. You can kind of hear it searing. You wanna make sure nothing's sticking. If it starts to look like it's sticking, go ahead and add a little bit more sesame oil. All right, so our onions and scallions have a good translucent look to them. They have a little golden brown on them, so I can see that flavor's getting nice and seared in. So we'll go ahead and add our shrimp. And these are gonna cook pretty fast, so you have to always be mindful of what temperature you have on. You don't wanna leave them on too long. If you overcook shrimp, they definitely become chewy, so just gotta watch them. And since we added something else, we're just gonna add a little bit more sesame oil to them, just to make sure that nothing is sticking. And we just wanna get those shrimp to a nice pink. We're gonna transfer them over into another dish as well, and they're gonna continue to cook a little bit, so you can almost undercook them slightly. All right, so while this is all simmering before our shrimp are completely cooked, we'll go ahead and add our frozen veggies in. And we're just trying to sweat these vegetables out. All right, and now that we added our other vegetables in, we'll go ahead and top this off with our sesame oil. Good, so you can see those shrimp are starting to turn pink. They're getting a little color on them, so you can see that they're searing in the pan. All those onions and scallions are incorporated, everything's looking good. I can start to feel these peas are starting to get tender. It doesn't take long with these frozen vegetables. Okay, so our shrimp looks perfect. Our vegetables are nice and thawed out, they're getting tender. We're gonna go ahead and transfer these into our mixing bowl and we'll cook our egg whites. So just coat that pan with your oil spray. Nice, good coating. We wanna turn that heat down because this is gonna cook pretty fast. Nice low heat, and our pan's already pretty hot as well, so we don't need a whole lot of heat here. And then egg whites. So a good layer of egg whites in your pan. All right, so we just transferred right about 2/3 of a cup of egg whites into our pan. And just like you're making scrambled eggs in the morning, that's what you wanna do here. We still have some of the remnants from our onions and all that, that's perfect. It's just gonna add more flavor to our egg whites. Good, so once again, we don't wanna overcook these either. We wanna just make sure they're not watery, and they're thoroughly good. That's perfect. So chop them up. We want all these ingredients to be incorporated, so that's why we did a small dice on the onion, and we'll just go ahead and get all the egg whites nice and chopped up. All right, so we'll transfer this into our bowl with our shrimp. So we have our cooked quinoa here. It's gonna go in first. And then the rest of our ingredients can go in on top. And then we'll add our low sodium soy sauce. It really does smell just like shrimp fried rice, but it's so clean. Such a healthier version, but with the same amazing flavors. All right, so our dish is ready to be plated. We'll go ahead and garnish it with a little bit of scallion that we left over. Remember, we used the white part to cook, and then we'll finish it off with the green. So this dish is packed with protein. You've got your quinoa, your egg whites, and your shrimp all adding protein to this dish. It looks and smells amazing. And this is such a healthy version of a favorite of a lot of people. It's one of my favorite things. I love fried rice, but don't love the calories. So this is a good compromise. Still is so delicious. Top it off with a couple shrimp. A little scallion to finish it. All right, so this is our completed product, our quinoa shrimp fried rice, ready to be eaten. It smells so good. I wish you guys could smell how amazing this is. I cannot wait to try it. It looks great. So for more nutrition tips or healthy recipes just like this one, subscribe to our YouTube channel or visit us on bpisports.com. My name is Barbara with BPI Sports, and I will see you guys next time.